Hello everybody, today we're going to be making, it's part 2 of the Zombie Apocalypse series, and today we're going to be making different types of enemies and a score. So we'll start off by renaming this project to Zombie Apocalypse. And then write E2. So that stands for episode 2. Now, start by creating a new sprite. Name the sprite Normal Zombie. Zoom in. And now create a circle. Give it a color of green. And with 0 outline. Select the circle tool and click shift and then make a circle like this. Make it a bit smaller, so press the Alt key. Press the Alt key and bring it in a bit like this. Yes. Now center it. Now make a line. Give it an outline of 4. Now bring the line from here to here. And then make another line from here to here. Before we start coding, put it to the back layer. So there's a button called back right here. Bring it like that so it goes behind this sprite or this or the circle, which is the zombie body. So now align them like however you want. I'm going to align them like this. Now go into the coding tab and drag in a 1 green flag clicked. Then drag in a hide sprite or a hide block. This hides the original sprite because we just don't want one zombie spawning. That would just be a bit too boring. So drag in a forever loop. Wait, before we drag in the forever loop, wait like 1 second or 2 seconds. This creates like a time for the player to get ready and get used to the movement. Now in the forever loop, wait 1 second and create clone of myself. Now drag in a when I start as a clone block. Create a new variable and call it which side. For this sprite only, this is important, for this sprite only. Now in the beginning, drag in a which side. So set which side to pick random 1 to 4. After that, drag in an if else, another if else, another if else, and then an if. So it could look like this. And in the first if like space, put in an equals. Set this to 1 if which side equals 1. Now if which side it were to equal 1, then go to x 200 and y pick random -170 to 170. Actually, put this to 230. Now, make another one. Duplicate it. If which side were to equal 2, duplicate this too. Then, instead of go to 230x, go to -230. this create it. Now it's randomized a bit, but if we want it to go up and down, then bring another, then duplicate this. So if which side were to equal 3, then go to y 180, and then x negative 230 to 230. Now duplicate this again, and we want the last one to go to y negative 180. Now that we've got that coded, we want the zombie to go to the player. So forever, point towards player and move 3 steps. We also, before we do this, we want to show. So like right before the forever loop. So let's test it out now. The zombies now spawn and they can point towards you. But this happens if they touch you. So we will address this problem later. For now, let's give it if it's touching the bullet. So drag in an if loop and bring in a touching block. So if touching bullet. Now create a new variable for this sprite only, and name it enemy lives for this sprite only. If touching bullet, change enemy lives by -1. And over here, before the show, set enemy lives to 3. Now, create and bring in another if, and bring in less than. Now, instead of this 50, put 1, and in the other one, put enemy lives. So if 1 greater than enemy lives, that means it's equal to 0, then we want to delete this clone. So now let's try it out. We spawn. Now if we were to, now it kills them. But the problem with this is that the bullet is not deleting, so you can just hit them once and they'll instantly die. So to fix this, go to the player sprite, and instead of if touching edge, bring in an OR operator and duplicate if touching edge. So if touching edge into 1, and if touching normal zombie into 1. Let's try it out now. So we spawn in, we hit space. Yeah, now we have to hit them multiple times. But more than the times we need to hit them, or the more than the times that their lives are, that's because that it's deleting for the bullet is deleting before the zombie is taking any damage. So to fix this, go out and put like a very little wait time, so like 0.01. That way it can inflict damage. Now let's try it out. So we spawn in. Now we hit it 3 times and it's dead. Now let's create a fast zombie and a slow zombie. So create duplicate this sprite And instead of normal zombie 2, name it fast zombie. So name it fast zombie. And go into the costume editor. Instead of having a green color, it'll have like a light blue color like this. Now we'll just fiddle with this. Instead of waiting 1 second, wait like 2 seconds. And then set the enemy lives to 1, because since it's very quick. And instead of moving 3 steps, it moved 6 steps. Now it moves 6. Now it's very quick. So if we look in, it's way quicker than the normal zombies. But it has way less health. Now let's create a slow zombie. So duplicate the normal zombie again. And instead of normal zombie, name this one slow zombie. And then go into the costume editor and change this one's color to red. Now we want this one to spawn every 3 seconds. And we want its lives to be like 5. So it's going to have very high lives. But it's going to be very slow. So instead of moving 3 steps, it's going to move 1 step. 1 step. 1 pixel. So now let's test this out. We spawn into the middle. A normal zombie, a fast zombie, a slow zombie. You see the slow zombie? It's way slower compared to the other two. Now, we're going to make a score. So, create a new variable and name it score. For this sprite only. Or, no, for all sprites, sorry. For all sprites. I almost made a mistake there. For all sprites. Okay. Make sure it's showing. We're not going to hide this one. So go into the normal zombie. And right before it deletes the clone, so in this if, change score by 1. And then in the fast zombie, in the same place, change score by 2. And then in the slow zombie, change score by 3. Now if we look, oh yeah, we forgot something. Now if you press the green flag, it doesn't restart. So go into the player sprite, and one green flag click, set score to 0. Now we have all the enemy sprites, and it looks pretty nice. This is the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye.